get dirty! Woo, shit!
Do I look like a baby? Do I have a little sookie in my mouth? Am I wearing a little diaper? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, you know who it is, and I come at you guys back again once again with a brand new video, and ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present you guys with our next Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon competitive guide / review, whatever you want to call it. And in this video, we are going to be analyzing none other than Primarina. And my god, how beautiful does Primarina look? Without a shadow of a doubt, this was love at first sight when I laid my eyes on Primarina. But aside from looks, this Pokemon is definitely bringing it when it comes to the power and the amount of awesomeness that this Pokemon holds in many ways, in which will be discussed here in this video. But before I go any further, I want to say once again, thank you guys so very much for all the love and support that you guys have shown this series and basically these videos in general. These videos would not be as legendary and as awesome as they are right now without all of you. You guys are what make these legendary. You guys are what make these awesome. Don't ever forget that. My gratitude and my appreciation for you guys is endless. So thank you guys so very much. With all that being said, let's go over the basics of Primarina by taking a look at the typing, ability, and stats. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so for Primarina, let's go ahead and take a look at the typing. It is going to be that of Water Fairy, and it is a fairly unique and rare typing, if I do say so myself, because the only other Pokemon that has this typing is that of Azumarill, and this typing, oh man, it is very, very good. But we're going to get into the details of the typing in just a moment, but let's keep going here. We have the abilities known as Torrent, which is going to be its natural ability, and an ability that is shared amongst all water-type starters, and what this ability does is when you are down below a third of your health, then Torrent will kick in, and it will power up your water-type moves by 50%. Now, of course, this Pokemon does have a hidden ability, ladies and gentlemen, but the reason why you're not seeing it in the text here is because it is exactly that. It is hidden. It is known as Liquid Voice, which basically turns all sound-based moves into water moves, which is a very, very interesting ability, and I cannot wait to try out that ability on Primarina once it gets released. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats here real quick. We take a look at the HP. It is going to be an average base 80, which is pretty awesome, if I'm going to be completely honest. We take a look at the attack and defense. Both are at base 74, which isn't terrible. We get, though, to the special attack. It is going to be that of 126. That is amazing. And a small bit of trivia for you guys. Did you know that Primarina has the highest special attack of all starter Pokemon? And speaking of trivia, let's take a look at the special defense at base 116. It also shares the same distinction in this regard, meaning that this is the Pokemon out of all the starters possible to have the highest special defense possible at base 116. And then last but not least, we take a look at the speed. It is going to be that of a relatively low base 60, but fear not, ladies and gentlemen, because for what this Pokemon lacks in speed, you definitely can put this to the test and put this to good use under the effects of Trick Room, because this Pokemon is fairly slow if you wanted to make it as slow as possible, therefore be a decent Trick Room Pokemon. And I also want to say that with its typing in combination with its defenses, it can take hits from especially the special side, but the physical side of base 74 defense is also pretty good as well. But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the typing strengths and weaknesses. So for the Water and Fairy typing, ladies and gentlemen, let's first get the bad news out of the way, and we take a look at the weaknesses. It is going to be that of Electric, Grass, and Poison. And that's it. You're only weak to 3 types, but do not underestimate that fact, because the thing is that all of these types from an offensive standpoint are very, very, very common, so please be sure to avoid these types with care when using Primarina. But let's take a look at the good news. So we get to an immunity. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it has an immunity to the Dragon typing. Because of its Fairy typing, it is going to have absolutely no trouble whatsoever taking on Dragon type Pokemon, switching into the Dragon type attacks, and just being an absolute nuisance in that situation. And what's more, ladies and gentlemen, is we take a look at the resistances. That's right, it has a resistance to the likes of fire, water, ice, fighting, bug, and dark. That is a lot of types to have resistance for. And if you count immunities to dragon, this Pokemon can switch into a wide variety of attacks and be pretty good all around, you know? Like, this Pokemon definitely can take hits when it needs to, and when you combine its typing with the strengths and weaknesses along with the stats, this Pokemon finds itself to be pretty bulky, if I'm going to be completely honest. But with all that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, this Pokemon isn't just meant to take hits, because it can dish out hits like there's no tomorrow. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's now take a look at some sets that you can run for Primarina. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so with this first set that we got going on here, we're going to be utilizing its only ability that it has access to at the moment, which is going to be Torrent. And this ability, in combination with this sort of set right here, is actually a pretty decent fit. Torrent is actually a really good ability. So, with that being said, let's move on to the item of choice. It is going to be that of Choice Specs. Now, while this may lock you into one move, it does boost the power of that special type attack by 50%, which is that's just absolutely ridiculous, you know? That is, woo! That is absolutely awesome. And when you pair it with the base 126 special attack that it has, Choice Specs boosted special attacks for this thing, it is going to hurt. It's gonna smart big time. So we then get to the details even further of this set. By taking a look at the nature, it is going to be that of a modest nature to lower its attack and increase its special attack. And we're not going to be needing to make use of its attack whatsoever, so we're going to be lowering the attack IV to 0. We then get to the EV spread. Now, I want to point out real quick, ladies and gentlemen, is that there is a couple of ways that you can run this EV spread, but given the fact that Primarina isn't meant to be a really speedy Pokemon, whereas it's meant to take a hit and dish out an even bigger hit, we're going to be taking advantage of its overall bulk. So we're going to be going with 248 EVs into the HP, 252 into the special attack, and 8 into special defense. But another way that you can run this, ladies and gentlemen, is if you wanted to run a timid nature with max special attack and max speed, that is entirely up to you with a Choice Specs, or even with a Choice Scarf, so that way you'll be able to hit a decent speed benchmark and be able to get some surprising outspeeds and even be somewhat of a decent revenge killer. But with that being said, let's continue on with the details of the set. The first move that we got going on, it is going to be its water type stab known as Hydro Pump. This move in combination with stab, Choice Specs, and potential torrent boost, it is just going to be ripping holes through walls. Like, it's just absolutely just, oh man. It's gonna be like the equivalent of a demolition crew going to town with the wrecking ball on an old and crippled building. So, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we take a look at the next move. It is going to be its secondary stab known as Moonblast, and this is an amazing move. And also, I should say that with water and fairy type coverage by itself, you're going to be having a wide variety of being able to hit Pokemon for regular, if not super effective damage. There are a few type combinations that do resist water and fairy, so please be sure to watch out for that. And Mega Venusaur is one of them, but ladies and gentlemen, that's why we have this next move known as Psychic. Yeah, because what Psychic is, it is a really solid move that punishes fighting and poison type Pokemon, and it just so happens that Mega Venusaur's typing is that of grass and poison, and even though it's weak to poison type moves, because of its really solid specially defensive bulk, it can most likely take a poisonous hit and fire back hard with a Psychic, and with Choice Specs boosting it, it's going to be hitting even harder. So that is going to make the opponents think twice before switching their Mega Venusaurs in to try and take on Primarina 1 versus 1. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have its signature move known as Sparkling Aria. Now, the reason why I chose this move, ladies and gentlemen, is because this move is a sound-based move which will go through the likes of substitutes. So if you're worried about your opponent setting up a substitute and trying to set up even further on you, well, that's where Sparkling Aria comes into play. And with Choice Specs boosting and all that stuff, man, Sparkling Aria is going to hit decently hard, and it's going to go right through the substitute. So it's like, hey, that substitute took away 25% of your health. Thanks for chipping it down for me with the use of your substitute, as you think that you'll be able to take an attack, but with Sparkling Aria just going right through with that substitute, it's not going to be a fun day for any substitute users. Now, I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, is that the options for this thing are relatively endless when it comes to its last attack. You're definitely going to want to have Hydro Pump, you're definitely going to want to have Moonblast, and you're definitely going to want to have Psychic. But Sparkling Aria, it is an interchangeable move. If you don't like the gimmick of going through substitutes and you want more type coverage, then you can go for something like Ice Beam to nail the likes of flying and grass type Pokemon. You can go for something like Hidden Power Fire to take care of steel type. You can go for the likes of Energy Ball to take care of other water and ground type Pokemon. You can go for something like, the list goes on is what I'm trying to say. Shadow Ball even. You can go for Shadow Ball to take on other ghost type Pokemon. But then again, Hydro Pump does a really solid job just in general, doing lots of damage to Pokemon that do not resist the type of water. But with all that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to move on to our second set. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so with this next set that we got going on here, it's pretty clear what the ability is going to be. It is going to be that of Torrent, and the item for choice is going to be Leftovers, because we're going to be running this more of a bulky sort of variant Primarina, and the set that I have in mind, ladies and gentlemen, it is just, oh man, okay, I'm going to show you the details rather than just talking about it right now. Let's just keep going with this. So we go for the nature. It is going to be that of a bold nature. Now you can use a calm nature if you want to be specially defensive, but because of the fact that it already has really good natural special defense, we're definitely going to want to put a lot of that investment into its physical defense, so that way it can take hits from both sides of the spectrum. So bold is going to be lowering the attack and increasing the defense, and we're going to be lowering the attack IVs to 0, so that way we don't have no use whatsoever with the attack. And not to mention, we also take less damage if we were to hit ourselves in confusion, as well as take less damage from the likes of foul play. Just a little something to keep in mind. Now, we get to the EV investment is going to be that of 248 EVs into its HP, 252 into its defense, and 8 into special defense. And the first move that we got, yes, baby, we have Magic Coat. This is just, it is such a trolling move. I absolutely love it. Basically, what goes on is that it is a priority move, ladies and gentlemen. And what will happen is that anytime a Pokemon tries to use a non-attacking move, to be more specific, a status move on you, whether they're trying to set up entry hazards, whether they're trying to use any status moves, Magic Coat is just simply going to bounce that shit right back. So that is, oh man, I can honestly picture a scenario, ladies and gentlemen, where you are going up against a Primarina with Magic Coat, and this thing is always using Magic Coat to try and bounce back your entry hazards or any sort of status that you try to set up against. And I can just see the potential rage quits that this set could cause, and we're not even through the set yet, ladies and gentlemen, so let's keep on going with this. So the next move that we got is going to be that of Protect, which not only allows for you to stall and scout what your opponents are going to do, but it also goes well with the likes of Leftovers Recovery, and it also goes well with the next move that we got going on, known as Toxic. If you thought that this set wasn't already annoying enough as it is, it just got 10 times more annoying with Toxic. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We were just talking about statuses and Magic Coat, Magic bouncing them back, but we have a way to inflict statuses of our own. So with this, it's going to inflict bad toxic poison on your opponents, and it's going to be racking up in damage as the turns go by. And this is what I'm talking about with Protect also going very well with this set right here. Not only do you scout what your opponents are going to do, not only do you stall for a turn of Leftovers Recovery, but you also stall for a turn of toxic damage too. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Scald, because why not? This is a great move to have. It has a 30% chance to burn your opponents. So if Toxic isn't good enough, then you can fish for a burn with Scald and cripple their physical attack. And it's especially annoying if they are a physical attacker. So this is just, oh man, I can just picture this set right now. It is going to be so annoying for people to deal with any user of Primarina that uses a set similar to this. So with all that being said, try not to rage quit if you run into a set like this. So with all that said, let's go ahead and let's move on to the next set. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so with this next set that we got going on here, we're going to be obviously utilizing the Torrent ability. Should kind of go without saying, but anyways, we take a look at the item of choice. That's right, that's what this whole set is based around, is its signature Z crystal, the Primarina Z, which turns its move Sparkling Aria into its signature Z move, which hits ridiculously hard. I mean, if memory serves correctly, it is a base 195 power, and when you combine that with a potential torrent boost off a base 126 special attack, yeah, you do the math, you crunch the numbers, something is going to be hurt big time. So anyways, we then get to the details even further of the set. We're going to be going with a modest nature to increase its special attack and lower its attack, and we're also going to be utilizing 0 IVs in its attack. Now, this set is very similar to the first set that I have utilized here in this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to have more speed and less bulk, then you can go for a timid nature and have max special attack and max speed if you want, but considering that this Pokemon isn't exactly the fastest and won't be outpacing the entire metagame anytime soon, I would prefer to utilize its bulk so that way it can tank a hit and deliver an even harder one right back. So we're going to be going with the EV investment of 248 EVs into the HP, 252 into special attack, and 8 into special defense. And ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present you guys the crux of this set, the glue, if you will, because Sparkling Aria is the signature move and is going to be the primary focus of this whole set. And this right here, as I had said before, with Primarina Z, it is going to be turning Sparkling Aria into Oceanic Operetta, which is, I believe, a base 195 power type move. And like I said, with this kind of special attack investment with modest, with base 126 special attack, with a potential torrent boost, you do the math, because whatever it hits, it's going to hurt really badly. So the next move we got, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be that of Moonblast. It's going to be your obligatory fairy type move, and this right here, like I said, in tandem with a water type move like Sparkling Aria, you're going to be having really good type coverage as is already. And the next move, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be that of Psychic. Should kind of go without saying, you almost always want to run Psychic, because there are those Mega Venusaurs out there, there are those pesky poison type Pokemon out there that think that they can take hits from you, but it's like, well, okay, try a Psychic on for size. Oh, wait, that's super effective. You're not liking that too much, are you? Maybe you'll think twice next time before trying to switch into me. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Ice Beam. This is a fantastic move to nail grass and flying type Pokemon as well as dragon types, although Moonblast does the job just fine for dragon types, but this move right here does wonders if you are having trouble against the likes of flying and grass type Pokemon. But you can also use other moves as well, such as Shadow Ball, such as Energy Ball, such as Hidden Power Fire, Hidden Power Electric. It is up to you. You know what I'm saying? But with all of that being said, this set here does have more versatility, given the fact that you are not locked into a single move, unlike the choice set that we had early on. This allows you to have the freedom to use whatever moves you want, and also have a one-time nuke in the use of Sparkling Aria in combination with Primarina Z. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so with this next set that we got going on here, we're going to be turning Primarina into a very bulky and very annoying rest sleep talking set. So the ability should kind of go without saying, it is going to be that of Torrent, and the item of choice, it is going to be that of Leftovers. Now, there are a couple of options when it comes to the use of this set, in terms of the items and also in terms of other things as well, but I'm going to get into that shortly. We then take a look at the nature. We're going to be running a bold nature to increase the defense and lower the attack, and once again, should also kind of go without saying, we're always going to be wanting to run 0 attacking IVs, so that way you take less damage from Confusion if you hurt yourself in Confusion, and also take less damage from the likes of Foul Play too. We're going to be going with 248 EVs into the HP, 252 into the defense, and 8 into the speed. Now, if you want to, ladies and gentlemen, you can run a Calm Nature and have the investment go into its special defense. You can break it up a little bit more by adding more investment into its special defense if you wanted to. It's really up to you, but we're going to be going with the bold nature here, so that way it at least has a decent amount of physical bulk to be able to take on hits for days. Now, as for the item of choice, we did go with leftovers as I had said earlier, but you can go with another item if you want, such as like a Rocky Helmet, to punish physical attackers even further. Should they make contact with you, it'll be chipping away 1/6 of their health. You can go for something like Citrus Berry, you can go for something like a Lumberry. It is really up to you. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on with the further details of the set. By taking a look at the first move, it is going to be Rest, and, well, let's take a look at the second move. Going to be that of Sleep Talk. Yes, it's as I've stated before, this is going to be a Rest Sleep Talk Primarina, and these two moves go hand in hand, and they work very well together. What Rest does is, while it puts you to sleep for 2 full turns, it restores your HP and your statuses to the absolute fullest. Now, while you're asleep, you can use Sleep Talk, so that way it will choose one of the 3 moves at random, so that way you won't be a complete sitting duck while you're asleep. But beware though, this Pokemon can't function properly if it does get taunted, so maybe a Mental Herb could be an item for consideration when utilizing a set like this, but this Pokemon has lots of options to choose from. So the next move that we got going on here, it is going to be that of Scald to have an attempt to spread burn statuses, and with 30% chance to burn with Scald, there is definitely a good possibility that you're going to be burning a couple of things while tanking up hits, and that's going to make you even more of a formidable physical wall, because with its physical defense investment, coupled with the fact that Scald burns and cripples the attackers by cutting their attack stat in half, that means that this thing is essentially going to be just unstoppable in that regard. But this Pokemon is by no means invincible, but this right here is a good way to run Primarina. And last but not least, we have Moonblast, and that's also going to be your obligatory Fairy-type stab to run with the set, so that way, when you are using Sleep Talk, 2 out of the 3 times you will be using an offensive move. But the one drawback to this set right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that this move, Sleep Talk, it chooses Rest as well, potentially, which basically means that you can already be fast asleep, and it'll choose Rest, which is like, no, why are you doing this to me? You can't do that. Why are you doing me like this? But also keep in mind of taunt users as well, and if you're worried about taunt users that much, then you can pack something like Mental Herb, so that way you're not shut down right away when it comes to the use of this set. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, that right there is going to be concluding these sets, and therefore conclude this video. So I certainly hope you guys enjoyed this Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon competitive guide / review on Primarina. I hope that these sets and this video, it's very, very helpful to you guys, and if you guys are now wanting to use Primarina as a competitive Pokemon, should let you know that this Pokemon will not let you down if you know how to play correctly and know how to build a team around Primarina. This Pokemon can definitely be center stage when it comes to its performance. Basically, this Pokemon will not disappoint you, and it's basically going to be the curtain call, so to speak, for your opponents if they underestimate Primarina. So with that being said, guys, I want to say thank you guys all very much for watching this video, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, please leave your sets in the comment section down below on how you would use Primarina in competitive battle. I always love hearing from you guys when it comes to how you would use Primarina. So with all that being said, keep it up, and once again, thank you guys so very much for all the love and support that you've shown these videos. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you smash the like button, and if you guys are new here to this channel and want to see more content like this, then be sure to subscribe with post notifications turned on, so that way you won't miss an upload from me. With that said, guys, hope you have yourself a good night. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, subscribe, support, stay positive, keep it 100, and I'll see you next upload.